Alright, we're back with Anno 1800, because I said I'd run a full campaign start to finish, and I'm a man of my word, even though nobody's really watching this other than Adriharu and his 50 sock puppet alt accounts. I enjoy this game, but there are definitely parts of it that rub me the wrong way, and I think we're going to get into a few more of those as we expand now, because we've both unlocked the new world and a second island.
More beautiful.
Ah. Well, a nice compliment from the game to start us off at least. So, last time, the game doesn't really support active pausing now, does it? If I could even remember if that's done. No, I guess I can't. Well, whatever. We eliminated one of the players from the game. Our navy is still hanging around, looking pretty smug about itself. Here it is. Narwhal is now ours, complete with its 3 clay deposits, 2 iron deposits, and perhaps most importantly, the ability to grow some red peppers. Which is exactly what the very few
I feel unfulfilled.
the very few artisans that we have are desiring. I mean, they desire a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm not the best at managing anything above workers, but we'll figure it out. So I'm gonna have to start building up this second island, but what that island is going to need is a whole load of resources. Now, where is pretty much anything that can handle loads of resources? I'm building up loads of gunships, no doubt, but perhaps what I should really just do is get all of my gunships back here,
On the move.
because they can certainly carry a whole bunch of things. Not a lot individually, but enough together. I don't think there's anything I have to care about here, right? I don't even know what you're doing. So it's probably not important, right? Orion's doing fairly alright for itself, but the Dosh situation could be a whole lot better. It's in a lot of fluctuation, and as I continue to build up my sizable navy, it keeps costing me Dosh. I need fulfilled artisans if I want more money coming in. But what I am going to do is grab all this excess timber that I have and put it to work. And who dare attacks me?
Stations.
Well, don't sail out there and get yourself killed like that.
It's wise to be ready to move on.
Not even death can make it.
Now the pirates aren't too happy with us. And it takes a whole lot of money giving to actually make them fall in love with you in some way or another.
Everyone should work for their corn.
Corn, eh? Well, anything that gets me a touch of reputation with you.
You won't find any loose ends here.
I did quite a bit of damage to one of my competitors, and I don't think the other two are particularly happy with that, so I should tread at least a little bit carefully here. He wants 14 tons of sails, huh? That won't be difficult to do. There's a worker shortage now. Are you missing some resources for them, Jake? Quite possibly.
Fair, but there's mold in the walls.
And the sausages are on their way down.
It's what we're in it for.
And it's not like I have a lot of farmers to offset that.
Ship under attack.
Well, you made a poor choice in attacking us.
Falcon ready.
All too easy, but if anything, a distraction. Now, as I was saying, you there, grab some of those sails. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Falcon ready.
And slap them right over there. Relatively close by, so I'm sure you'll do fine.
New orders.
Oh, we grabbed ourselves some rum, no problems there. We'll go over here and shove everything back to base. That's the thing, the game's so full of stuff that distracts me from whatever I'm doing or meant to be doing. But it costs a whole lot of workers if I want to repair my sausage production. So I wonder what's
We
costing
can't
so much
shut
there.
the storeroom door. It's a surprise inspection.
Well, I guess if I'm short on workers and high on clay... Well, no, I'm not about to be high on clay as I ship it all off to this new place. What I really want is more space for all this stuff, but I need to get windows on the go. And all that's going on whilst everything else is going on. So,
She's small, but she's keen.
pretty stressful game in my opinion.
Aim save.
Now for my favourite part. You can tell because it's not my favourite part.
Aye.
Clicking on each and every one of you to find out who has the thing we picked up. There we go. There's the rum. Take it away.
She's small, but
Every
she's
ship-
keen.
Wonderful. Now, where we're going, we're gonna need all the wood.
Ready?
All the wood. All the wood I've got. We produce plenty of it, so I have no problem
orders?
taking all of it away. And I may as well take all the clay as well.
Stations.
Because again, we produce plenty of that. And when I said clay, I meant bricks. And some steel as well. Oh, I'm looking good in the weapons front.
New orders.
Probably not using them up fast enough then. There we go. That should get us going.
Moving to coordinates.
Now let's move you over to our new settlement.
Fleet moving in convoy.
Oh hey, I already brought over a lot of stuff. Well, that's all the better because there's going to be a lot to do. So take all the wood, take all the brick, take all that steel. This thing was already upgraded. Now I have to start thinking about how I'm going to lay out this city. And the game's always active, so I don't really get a lot of time to think about it, do I? I'm definitely going to want to have plenty of industry going.
Don't just sit there. Hand it in. I appreciate that. Really, I do.
Well, I'm glad you do. But I don't like being so close to you like this, so let's get away. Now, this island, and there's the thing, like I was just thinking about the island, but no, something went to distract me. Now, where we are here, it of course needs a marketplace, everywhere it does. How are we gonna do this? Doesn't have a lot of big open area to work with, or maybe it does, it's all, it's all relative, right? I'm not sure that I'm gonna bother doing anything fancy here. This city can be grids galore. I hate the gridding, I really do, but when you start having multiple islands, I just can't be putting that level of thought in at all. But I'll name it something appropriate like China. That's a lot of the wood gone already.
Just say the word.
Fortunately, I have a whole load more coming in. But until then... in order to be truly happy, they need this linked up to here. Get yourselves all... oh yeah.
Could be worse.
If I want that thing to actually function, I'm going to need some wood for it. And these people are going to need a whole lot of other things like fish.
Aye.
Now, where's that horrifically brain-dead Navy of 9? To someone who spent several hours fiddling around with trade routes in Patrician 4, this level of micromanagement is nothing. Well, you can't do anything while this game is paused, so if a distraction pops up, you're pulled right out of whatever you were doing, and especially for me, I do not handle that well at all. It's going to be a hard sell to take down these other competitors. He's set up a lot of guns both heavy and not so heavy.
Bold new expedition.
We can hope for fair winds, nothing more.
A zoological expedition. Do I even have much in the way of good ships? Olympia, my flagship, should be pretty good for it, but what are you doing over here?
What a jolly, jolly surprise. Pull up your braces and thrust into the unknown.
I'm not really sure I want to
Attention,
escort
the
you,
Admiral.
but I do have ships here for it, so...
Righty-ho.
Oh, right, he has it right over in my home. And this is taking forever due to lack of workforce. It's a damn shame, that is. Well, if we're that short on it, why don't we tone down on the weapons or something? I mean, building, steel is something that we're pretty over on too. I don't know, I'd frankly just rather have more workers. But the workers are so short on sausage. What's the story there?
Dead on me feet.
Heavens knows we have plenty of pigs coming in. And I'm pretty sure I didn't shut down the slaughterhouses, wherever they are. Trade routes in Patrician are fun. I think they're more fun than this game. Oh, what do we have here as well?
Fancy making hay while the sun shines, Master? I shouldn't ask. We've all we've ever wished for.
Puzzle quest, you say? I'm meant to be the puzzle master. Wishful drinking. Something bad must have happened to the guy that's drinking his life away at the pub. Don't I have many pubs?
Keen as a three-legged goat.
No, that's all we had to do. Okay. Well, wasn't that something?
Falcon ready.
Where did the gunboat just jump out for?
Their
I
blood'll beat while your heart's...
think she just really wanted to take them on.
Have you heard the expression, Her Majesty has little patience? I'd skip to it if I were you.
Well, what I want to do is get my
You
other
reached a new milestone.
other place on the go. Everyone here is really unhappy because they have to be naked. But I got no resources for building up pretty much anything. See, building up a second island is pretty stressful when you have other ones to care about as well. And I don't know how I'm meant to marry that in the gameplay here. Right, you know what we're not short on? It's iron or steel or whatever. So let's shut down a
We're on
furnace
tenterhooks.
so that we got more workforce going around for now.
Ship construction.
For now, one slaughterhouse should be sufficient since the worker balance gets close to 0 when 1 ton of sausage is produced. Is that so? Well, yeah, sausages I'm short on, but pigs I'm doing pretty well on. So why don't we enjoy ourselves an extra slaughterhouse? Bit of an ugly thing, isn't it? But too bad. We're having it anyway.
New orders?
Who are you? I don't remember sending you over here, but perhaps I must have. Still, the two of you go and escort that ship. 2 gunboats should
Apart from
surely be enough.
security, I appreciate the company.
No space left here.
Alright, where are all those ships at anyway? They're almost there, and then we can get going with this.
My roots crisscross.
I'll probably just have this island being largely self-sufficient. But what does it not produce that they'd really want? Nah, it was hops that I had there, otherwise I've got pretty much everything. And then some. Limestone, and I don't know what nitro's for. We all wonder what nitro's for.
Falcon ready.
What flaw irks you most about the game? Conversely, what feature is the most comfy?
Stations.
Ooh, well, you're asking about features, because I would have said that the visuals of the game are super comfy, but the naval AI just breaking down every now and then, that irks me. But more than anything, what irks me is the fact that you can't just pause and do stuff. You're constantly just yanked away. For example, I was yanked away by that expedition thing, but I wasn't in a position to immediately act on it. So I've already forgotten about it, even though I do want to do these expeditions. I could probably do it better if I had the clipper over there for it. So I shall send the clipper back here
Unfurl the sail.
in the hopes that I remember later on. Now, okay, now this I hate the most. I have a fleet here with lots of resources, and I have to click on each and every single one to find those resources and slam them in here. That is just awful. Right, now these poor unhappy folks can now start getting stuff.
Ship constructed.
I should have them actually get some wood of their own, or else that's just going to be on my nerves the whole way. If I slap one of you there, can I put the other one about here without infringing too much? Yeah, almost. They can't get over there in time, so we'll just pop up a happy little warehouse nearby. There we go. They'll start getting their wood in. But what they also really need are some cleaves. I guess I'd be as well having that done reasonably far away from the settlement as well. People always need loads of clothes. I think it was Defa on the YouTube comments that said you're way too paranoid with your fire departments, Jake, but I have had things explode adjacent to fire and fire departments, and then I have to pay to restructure them, so I don't feel in the wrong about that one. Have a pub, that way you'll feel less austerity. I'm not sure I'm going to give you schnapps though. Takes up a lot of space, and once you're beyond worker level, I don't think they care so much for schnapps. It's a northern map, but looks of it, I'm sure you don't need that many prefects. Says somebody trying to spur me onto a game I enjoy even more.
Stations.
That's my clipper, so let's go on an expedition.
Let's extend the old telescope.
Oh, okay, this is hell. When you have a lot of ships, you think, which one even was it? There's no way to sort them by type, and I'm not good at instantly recognizing these from each other, but I'm assuming it's you.
Aye, 'tis fair.
Your navigation's okay, so what do you need? Diplomacy and hunting. You're alright at hunting. Navigation, force, and naval power. That seems pretty cool, but I only have one item slot here.
Ship constructed.
And again, what makes you a cargo instead of an item? That I don't get. Diplomacy and rations, though. Do I have any beer kicking around? I'm sure I set up beer. Beer is great for diplomacy, probably. We'll give ourselves some fish for rations as well. That morale is... Wait, where's all my fish? Man, I must be way low on fish then. Or maybe it's the fact that I took away most of it. Still though, I should certainly have more fish than that. This is some awful morale. How do I get more morale anyway? Yeah, the heavy coal permit doesn't seem to help much there. But the bosun helps a lot. And you will help with that navigation, so we'll set you off with that. It doesn't seem that dangerous. I was a bit concerned there about the fish situation though. I don't seem to have nearly as much as I would like. Oh well, that's because I sell loads of them.
It's wise to be ready.
She's small, but she's keen.
Let's have both of you load up on the wood as well, because I way overproduce it here.
Aye.
I'll get you back over here.
Fleet en route.
Look at them, considerably happier now that they got their clothes and their food, and I could start making workers if I want. And I suppose I do. Man, gridding is so ugly. But it's so much faster. If I had the time to just sit down and make things more beautiful, I would like to do that. I suppose the alternative is I could get better at it as well.
Ship under attack.
Attention for the Admiral.
Uh-oh, this is a fair fight.
I catch you in especially good humor, Governor?
War declared, but there was no war declared. Why would there have been a war declared?
This change is absolutely marvelous. Yes.
Oh, I'm
anything
glad you
else?
agree.
Then I'll send it out.
Stations.
Huh. We're oddly superior to our top-hatted enemy here, but I'll take it. Disappointing lack of flotsam, but we made it.
Aye.
And jings, that escort ship took a hell of a beating. But we're all good.
May we see these shores again.
I'm glad they actually managed to get on the expedition. Mind earlier when they just couldn't get out of the area. Bizarro. Maybe I should sell these things down to a point as well if I always find myself overwhelmed with them. Anything else I'm rolling in? Sales, of course. This trading aspect is really uninvolved unless there's a whole loop to it that I'm missing. Just set and forget, which is a bit, yeah. Surely everyone wants steel.
Stores are inundated.
Right, I'd love to actually take a moment and get this city up and running a whole lot faster than it is right now.
Falcon ready.
Now show me that wood.
Ready. Falcon ready.
Is that it for wood?
Aye.
Oddly enough. Thought I loaded up 2 more on wood and sent them sailing.
New orders.
Aye, there we go. But what's most likely is that it's best for you guys to have your own wood production going even faster. can certainly get a lot more people in far less space this way.
Game saved.
I'm going to want to slaughter a lot around here. Those sausages don't come cheap. Viewer reduction seems to be working, says the monk. Yeah, this game has not proved that popular on the streams, and I never would have imagined that Anno would, of all things, be a viewer reduction strat. So I guess that's a merit to the game. Viewer reduction strats are no joke. That said, I kind of understand the game is pretty dull. I don't mean that in a bad way. Dull can be great. But it's certainly not a game that I find exciting. Now, how can I copy paste this? Right, there is the copy tool. Can I copy that? No, it just copies that. Can I copy this? No. Just ready up for the meat. It's like Frostpunk, but nothing happens. Frostpunk's pretty great. I love that game. I want more of it though. So much more. There we go. Get that food going. Of course, to get any of that working, we need some upgrading going. A lot of them don't want to, though.
So-so.
Why would they not want to upgrade? Oh,
Ship
they do
under
now.
attack.
Stations.
Ships took diamonds and men from the old mine.
Shut up about the mines, man. Get over it.
Never let me hear you say life lacks challenge.
Doesn't seem like a big win for me there, so nah, forget about it.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Yeah, fish trending down doesn't look so good. Oh, but I've solved our workforce shortage issues.
Halt the conveyor!
So get back to work. Even if there's not a whole lot for your stuff to go out to.
Look busy, people.
And output storage full. I'd like to have more space for that. Hang on, can't I? If I remember well, there's a thing here called the Harbour Depot. If I had a whole bunch of these, and I don't even have to place them by the side there, do I? Yeah, I can do it like that. There we go. They're not cheap though, are
That
they?
really is first rate.
There we go. Now
A
I have a
lustrous
whole
jewel.
lot more cargo space. 50 in fact. Probably applies to everything. Oh, that's useful. And it's great for using up all these resources that I have no particular need of. There we go. But goodbye money. I need to start making more money.
It's our human rights. Take it before I change my mind. We'll raise a glass to you, Gov.
Well, thanks for some fireworks. But I don't like items that are destroyed after use. Right, the truce on Narwhal is over now.
Attention for the Admiral.
And are you sure I told you people to just wait there? Make your way all the way over, please.
Moving to coordinates.
You reached a new milestone.
Still enjoying the game, Jake? I mean,
Game saved.
it's kinda really dull, actually. Right, the reason I'm not able to upgrade that much is because of
She's
the lack of
small,
wood,
but
but
she's keen.
the wood guys have finally arrived. Drop it off and get upgrading.
I have the half the time.
Nah, the good money from those guys is from the beer, as I recall, but they don't have a need because population's pretty low. Is that so? They also want bread and soap. Now, where could I get bready around here?
Spread some happiness with it.
Oh, thank you, George Smith. That I do not mind.
Damn liberal. Control your peculiar thought.
Ooh, well, that's not good. And he wants me to cheese off the other guys as well. Could make him happier with a gift, but I'd rather not. But he doesn't like me that much. Ah, here you go, I'm nice enough.
Never look a gift donkey in the chops.
After I eliminated one of the other players, I could really do without them declaring war on me too.
Admiral! Admiral! There be monsters abroad.
Could it be the Kraken? What else could possess tentacles wide as barrel and long as bowsprits? As your lookout claims to have spotted protruding the tank. Well, could kill it. Or we could out-navigate it. I can't believe the tooltip still cuts off the screen. Madness. But our best chance is to outrun the thing. And the wind is with us, so we regain some morale. Excellent.
Not the worst manifest.
And we'll have a drink and carry on our way. Drinking a whole ton of beer ain't bad.
Stations.
Right, the flagship's still hanging out here, and I don't even know.
Know that any assistance may influence Her Majesty's sphere.
It really does nothing, so I should just tell you to
Now,
go away.
now, you oughtn't waste people's time.
Flagship's better at transporting goods, so I'll have you back here for that. Lucky's out there championing for some Draken 2. Yes, there is a Draken 2. It's really terrible, and that's saying something. Considerably worse than Draken 1. But then I quite like Draken 1, despite its many shortcomings.
Aye.
How are our favourite competitors doing anyway? Military-wise. I've kind of slowed down with my ship making, but that could be my undoing. If I have the capacity to do it, perhaps I should do it more. So let's look at making a second sailing shipyard right here. Let's remain aware that I could make another if I wanted to. And let's keep those gunboats flowing. Short on sales, you say? Perhaps I shouldn't be selling them off then. In fact, perhaps I shouldn't really be selling anything off when I have this kind of capacity for it. The whole point is just to make sure that I don't overload myself on stuff without making it otherwise useful. So if there's anything that I'm selling off like that when I could be having bank, then let's change accordingly. That's better. There we go. If people are lacking workers, then let's have some workers. I know you can make good looking cities in this game, but what's bothersome is taking the time to craft something that's good looking in a game that you can't pause. Doesn't mesh well with actually playing the game in my view. But that is my view. There are plenty of people who really enjoy this, so perhaps I am wrong. It can happen. Right, I really need to get these guys their bread. They give me the dosh for it. I'm less keen on the soap because then I have to turn my piggies into soap, and that just doesn't seem right. What I would like is some farmlands that go along the side here, though. I feel like that would be nice. What would be nicer is better visualizing how much of this you have and how much you need. Another 41 of them, of course.
You need a warehouse, you do.
There we go. I'll give you a second one because I'm nice like that.
We have the devil to pay.
While I'm trying to do this, of course, we get distracted. One flour mill should do you both quite nicely, but I'll need a couple of bread factories. Alright, what's going on here? I do hope you have nothing to hide. I think it's time for some threat. His face pales. He takes half a step backwards and he's gone. Well, how nice.
Not the worst manifest.
And let's chow down some fish and stay happy.
Ship constructed.
At least relatively happy.
Ship constructed.
Yeah, that'll get the bread going at least, but you folks, I need to start caring about
I'll
your...
admit, your people are willing to fight.
Let's get those piggies on the go. We need more soap. Or we need some soap at all. I am still not good at making half decent money in this game. Should get to working on that. Now, we need rendering works for you. 2 of them. for one soap factory, right?
Game saved.
Filthy buggers, but that should do you. I have a feeling this one's going to get clogged up though, that warehouse on its own. I'll throw down another one. Why don't you build fortifications like your competitors? Harbour would look good with some fort guns. Don't really need some. We're not at war and I have plenty of ships on both locations.
Fleet ready?
Well, maybe this isn't plenty, but I do have them. What is this? What are you doing there? I don't have any boats just hanging around here, do I? And I doubt I have any in the New World. There we go, I'm just not interested in the New World right now. In fact, I'm not interested in it in general. I don't like the New World gameplay in this. I think there's stuff that I need there, but it's a problem for future Jake. Right, so the introduction of all this, you'll only need a school and then you'll all be good to go, right? What I want you to do is make some food so that I can have artisans back here. Well, relatively happy artisans at least. They make the half-decent bucks.
I seesaw between have and have not.
Sewing machines I'm a bit less knowledgeable about. How do they come about? Well, I guess I don't get to know or need to know. Canned food though.
Ship constructed.
Iron, cattle, and red peppers. I should probably just make it on the other island and ship it over here.
Ship constructed.
How are we going with all those ships though? I always want more. How are we looking influence-wise on the boats though? Military could be better. Could be a whole lot better. And you know, I am allowed some free military ships, that's okay. Ah, we're close to being Admiral, which is very nice for attack speed. So, it would probably be worth my time actually building some defense. Cost guns. How many guns do I have? Again, don't like having to check back and forth on that. I don't have... Hang on, cannon tower just requires more gun, not small gun, but what's the damage per second on each of them? I see, you don't want to tell me. Well, still couldn't hurt to have a nice bit of defense around here. Well, why have one when you can have two? Like so.
Stations.
Ceasefire has ended.
That could be worrying for me. I'm not too far away from either of these guys.
Your people are rioting.
Wait, why? Low happiness. So that doesn't sound good. I got nothing to prevent a riot around here.
Admiral! Admiral!
Where's my police force? Also, why would they be so unhappy? Look at how happy everyone is, was, could, and should be.
We need a rudder.
The singular case of the mad shipman. A mad shipman is found with his throat slit, knife in hand. Suicide, but nah. We'll find out that it's not suicide. 2 leads. An autopsy would help, but little time should be spent on a whodunit. We're not good with medicine, but let's do it anyway. Capably, I'm sure.
Not the worst manifest.
Yeah, that was easy.
Ship constructed. Aim saved.
Right, main thing stopping us from having more everything is sales right
Ship
now.
constructed.
That's fine.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Most problems can be solved by just having more navy. I make alright money on my workers here, but if I could supply them with beer, they'd make me a whole lot more. Ah, that's the problem. Of course, there are no hops available here, but there are hops available here. And we don't make enough beer, in my view. Is that music looping? Feels like it's looping. Anyway, we should make a whole lot more beer and ship it away. What's our current thing? It's like, it's 3 to 2 to 1, right? So I need another couple of these. Yes, yes, no workers, no nothing, but we'll get it solved. Also, you're off by 1. And also, yes, no more room at the inn with regards to people that can work. We will survive. One more for the hops and we'll probably be good. Yeah, quit worrying about the lack of warehouse right now.
Your streets are safe again.
If you say so, game. Right, what I need then is another couple breweries, right? As long as they have access to these warehouses, it should be a-okay. And of course, this is gonna require another couple of these from me.
Ship constructed.
As ever, short on workers.
Ship constructed.
I feel they're far too away from the pub, don't they? It's alright, the seaside pub has a great view. Hell, you can all have a nice view by the pub.
Your city has grown uglier.
Yeah, granted, I'm not that surprised, but I'm a bit unhappy about the lack of money here. Now, don't have a problem with malt houses here. Or is the malting all done over here? Yeah, the malting's probably all done here. Workers are income, Jake. Just make sure you have an even distribution.
Untold perils await us. Too cultured for us.
Not feeling the income right now, that's for sure. Temple of the Monkey God. Well, we excel at navigation, so let's avoid the temple. Oh, the only option is through the high precipice, da-da-da-da-da. We can do it. Exhausting and scarcely feels worth
I
it.
suppose she'll do.
Then chug down some herring and we're good to go. Yeah, that dosh of mine is not looking good. So I need these guys drinking beer. I should be making plenty of beer here. There's that beer of mine, but I'm really not.
We lack the requisite materials.
Well, you're getting it, so calm yourselves. Might be forced to do some quests in order to make some dosh here. What do you have for me?
It's deeply trivial, but I dare say that will.
Oh, okay. You had it and then you didn't. Ah, I don't know what sustain is, but we'll do it. For that kind of money.
I feel it reflects the times.
He urges you to reconsider your approach and working conditions. Sustain working conditions under -1%. What, in general?
Loot doesn't, indeed taste half as bad as they say.
Bankruptcy and sea battle. I don't even remember there being a sea battle. But spend more money
Publishing house?
and
I mean, I am
be
so
happier.
grateful to work in your publishing house. That should draw attention away from... Of course, you know what's best.
That I do. Okay, so about these working conditions.
Your people are more than assets.
I'm working on it. Happiness of farmers is there. Happiness of workers is here. So what it's the brick stuff that he probably doesn't like. So what do we do?
Ship constructed. Ship constructed.
No, really, what does he want me to do? He urged you to reconsider your approach to working conditions. Working conditions under -1%. In what way are they not?
Days could be stricter.
Greed is good, Jake. Don't listen to the naysayers belly aching about things like working conditions. Alright. Has to be sustained for 10 minutes. Okay, but is this what he needs? Am I sustaining it? Put into -10 per... yeah... Well, what do I not need so much of around here? I guess the bricks are all pretty okay for now. There you go. You happy with that? Ah, now it started ticking. That's the stuff. It's only 10 minutes, won't kill us, and it'll actually make us some decent dosh. And the wood situation here looks good. That's pleasant. And the money is actually coming in. Also pleasant. Now about that beer that I really need.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it.
I see your problem now. There you go. Just keep it nice and simple and close by. And the beer is not really flowing in. I want it to flow
No
in.
less than we deserve.
Maybe these guys are all drinking it first. That makes good